Welcome to Mom Bods and Margaritas, where two childhood friends navigate the wild and crazy world of midlife.
That's right. We're diving into the ups and downs of relationships, motherhood, health, sports, and everything in between.
Join us as we share our personal stories, laugh through the challenges, and explore how to thrive in this transformative phase of life. Whether you're feeling lost, empowered, or somewhere in between, we're here to remind you you're not alone.
So grab a coffee or a margarita, settle in, and let's embark on this journey together. It's time to embrace the chaos and celebrate the beauty of midlife. Let's get started.
Well, hey,
Hello.
how was your week?
It's been good. Just busy. How about you?
It's been fun. I went to the beach with my parents for a few days and then came home and worked on the podcast a little bit and went down to Tuscaloosa for a little photo sesh with my husband, and we took a picture with the van because Storyteller's doing like a Gothic overland.
That's fun.
As a play on the American Gothic,
Yeah.
photo that's, what is that, like over 100 years old?
Yeah.
So anyway, we did that just for fun. But yeah, so I've just been working on the podcast and pretty excited about today's episode. We're doing something a little different today. We're not just sticking with one subject or one area.
Yeah, I think this one is going to be fun. Lisa and I have known each other for, we've talked about this before, 42 years, or as I like to say, 100 years. But I think we are going to do more of like an interview style today. May end up being 2 parts.
Yeah, depends on how long we go.
Yeah, I think not only letting our audience get to know us a little bit better, I think Lisa probably knows me pretty well, but who knows? We might even have some surprises ourselves.
I think so. I think I'm going to be surprised about some of the answers because when I was writing them down, some I feel like I knew and others I'm not so sure about.
Yeah.
So we've got a few serious questions and a few just lighthearted questions. So I wrote down 15. Did you?
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
I
Yeah.
did too. And we, just for the record, we have not shared these with each other, so I did not tell Lisa what I was writing. She did not tell me what she was writing. And we're just going to ask each other questions and see where it goes. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. But one thing I do want to touch on before, listen, I've got to start speaking clearly when I laugh, because when I look back at these videos and audio, I feel like I can't understand myself when I'm laughing, and I know what I'm saying. So
There's no saving it, because I start laughing, I can't understand myself either. So sorry, guys.
Well, okay. One thing I do need to get out of the way is this Alabama football team.
I'm
just
done.
Really quickly. Okay, so we are almost a week and a half out from the Georgia game. So by the time this post, we'll be several weeks out. So we were super nervous about the game. You and I don't even think spoke that day.
Oh, no. It was a jinx if we did. I couldn't.
I don't think we did. And so, yeah, huge surprise. I was watching it. Maybe my sister came over. Or I don't remember who I was watching it with. But total shock. We were really surprised at the score. Anyway, awesome game, super excited, and then we didn't talk this weekend either when we played Vandy. Which,
Did we play Vandy? Or did Vandy play?
Somebody played Vandy.
Well, Vandy played, and we took our band. That's what happened.
Well, shock of the century. I know the rest of America is probably super happy about it. But fortunately, this may be one reason why we didn't talk about it. My youngest son had homecoming this weekend. And so Saturday we had pictures, and it was at 5. I think the game started at like 3:15, 3:30. So basically I saw, when I turned on the game, it was like halfway through the first quarter. I think 7 minutes in, and we were already down 13-0. And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I will say divine intervention, because you were busy and I was busy. I had a wedding at 5 o'clock.
Oh, so you didn't watch it either.
I did not watch it, and there is a reason that God spared us from the carnage.
That's what I told my friend.
I did not watch it, and I was at the wedding reception with the men, trying to get it on my phone on ESPN. And I'm like, we are going to lose this game. And so I was furious. I have purposefully not gone back on YouTube or something and rewatched it or watched it. Mm-mm. I think I should just, to get it out of my system. But I did see quite a few clips, and I was astonished. Again, back to my original thing with DeBoer.
Discipline.
Not trashing him, but discipline. And who knows what's going to happen. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I really don't think it was him. Again, armchair quarterback here, knows very little about football and the game and everything that surrounds it. But I will say, I feel like our defense got exposed, both with the second half with Georgia, with Vandy, probably in the South Florida game
for sure.
as well. So we're going to have to tighten up on the D, or I'm going to have to get Nick Saban.
Well, I watched the second half of the first quarter and then maybe a little bit of the second, and then I had to leave. So I kind of forgot about the game because I was with some other friends their son was in the same group as my youngest son's. And every now and then my middle child would text me because I said, just give me updates. So when I got home, there were 2 minutes left. But on the way, I was pulling up the score, and I told the girls I was with, I said, we're going to lose this game. Because one of them kept saying, oh, we'll be fine. We'll get it together. I believe. So, yeah, total shock. And then, of course, been watching all the stuff on Malachi Moore. Now, the little bit that I did see of the game, because it was the last 2 minutes, I saw a little bit of him pitching a hissy fit on the field, which really, I don't like that. That kind of stuff annoys me. So, I don't know if you've seen it, but do you remember Damian Harris, who used to play for Alabama? Well, he had something to say about it today.
He did.
And I sent that to my son. But anyway, close your ears if you have tender ears. I'm going to count down at 3, 2, 1. It was a shit show is what it was.
It
okay?
absolutely was, just from what I've seen. But I plan to have a very large glass of wine and watch it just so I can know. But yeah. I was very disappointed. And, obviously I'm always disappointed. We don't want to lose, right?
Sure.
We're diehard fans and we don't want to lose. But I think more importantly, it was just the lack of discipline and the lack of defense. And it just didn't feel like, from the little I saw, no cohesiveness.
Apparently we never even led the game.
No.
I heard that. We were never up.
No.
So, but one thing I do find interesting is, listen, fans of the state of Tennessee have a fetish with goalposts. Because the Tennessee fans
absolutely
put that sucker in the river, and now the Vanderbilt fans did.
And they walked it 3 miles from campus. So, big props. And listen, I am a huge raging Alabama fan. Sorry for those of you who aren't. I am not intentionally taking anything away from Vandy.
Sure.
I think they played their hearts out. I think we got out coached, and I think their quarterback is the real deal. So they're saying that, not just saying, but no, we don't lose to Vandy.
Listen, and no offense, just like people get super excited when they beat Bama, on the flip side, we're really bummed because, look, it was Vandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still a little bit in shock.
Yeah.
But we'll move on.
And let's be honest, we're not used to losing.
No, not to Vandy.
No.
I think my youngest son has never seen us lose to Vandy.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
And then the second thing that I wanted to get to before we started our question, we said when we started this podcast that we were going to somewhat keep everyone updated on your dating life. And no, this is not about Rod. This one is not about Rod.
First. It's not about Rod.
But it's kind of out of sight, out of mind now, because obviously this, happened weeks ago. And, Mandy has been on several dates, and
Yes.
she talks to different men. So we'll not call out anybody or,
No.
we're just...
And I've had some really great dates.
Yeah.
By the way.
But we had a conversation over the phone after she left a particular date, and we were dying on the phone, and we were both so bummed that we didn't record it some way, whether it was remotely. But as soon I texted her, I was like, how's it going? Are you still alive? And she immediately called me. The timing just was there, and so she was leaving. She was like, what'd you say? Like, as soon as you got, you're like, it's a no.
I
or
said,
something.
it is a hard no for me, dog.
And then we started talking, and one thing that we thought was funny was, we're just going to call this guy, if I can get it out, we're just going to call this guy Pawpaw Shoes. Because
I am dead.
we were, if you know Mandy, Mandy's got style. So the guy that she had a meal with did not.
I was laughing so hard, and it's just anyway. There is so little that I can say about it. Like Lisa said, I have had many, many dates. I've had so many nice guys that just wasn't a fit,
Yes.
wasn't there, just,
Right.
not for me. Nothing wrong with the person, just not for me. For whatever reason, this just hit me very funny. And I said that he was wearing pawpaw shoes. So there it is. And we were laughing so hard, I was crying in the car.
If I may correct you, I think you were talking about the type of pants that he had on. So I said, well, was he wearing pawpaw shoes? You said, yes, I was trying to not stare. So, listen, if you are a man that has talked to Mandy or gone out with Mandy, you probably don't know about the other men that she's been talking to, so you will never know if we're talking about you or not unless
That's
you're
correct.
Rod. The only name that
Rod.
the only name that we'll use is Rod. So
Yes.
if you're gonna, stew about this or think that you're being called out on the podcast, it's probably not you.
It's probably not.
Unless you wear pawpaw shoes.
Yeah. And if you do, that's on you. But no, I've had some great dates. I've had some not so great dates, but this was just not it. And anyway, like I said, nice people, just not a fit.
Yeah.
And it's a no for me, dog.
Okay, I had to get that out of my system. All right, moving on.
Okay.
So I guess we'll just do this. We'll bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
And we tried, or I say I tried to, come up with some fairly serious questions, but nothing that was going to make you have to just sit and think about it, where you can try to come up with something. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, mine are definitely middle of the road. We're
I
not
think
going
mine
to
are
get
too.
super deep because A, we don't have that kind of time, and
And
B,
you would need therapy if you listen
you
to.
would definitely need therapy if you asked me some pretty deep stuff and I went into it. So we're just not going to go there. But this is just it's lighthearted and fun for you to get to know us better.
Mm-hmm.
So, my first question is, what is one place that you have always wanted to go?
Italy.
Same.
Italy. Yes. If I could pick anywhere to go in Europe, it would be Italy and Greece. I could care less about going anywhere else.
I want to do Italy, Greece, Spain, and then I would love to do like Scotland, Ireland.
For sure.
But definitely Italy, Greece, and Spain are my top three.
The whole country of
Yes.
Italy. The
Yes.
whole thing, just make my rounds.
Capri, want to go on that side at the coast. Definitely
the Amalfi
the same.
Coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My first question is, and you might have to think about this for a second, but what is the best advice that you ever got?
Wow.
Go ahead.
I think, gosh, I have received a lot of good advice. One thing that kind of stuck with me was from a boss, but I think you can apply it to not only your work life, but you can apply it to your personal life as well, in pretty much any situation. So he said to me, this is the landscape based on what we were discussing. And he laid out the landscape. And he said, so you have to make the decision to either deal with the landscape as it is, because the landscape's not changing, or you have to make a choice to do something different. And he wasn't saying it in a way like, if you don't like it, get out of here. It wasn't like that. It was, these are circumstances basically beyond our control. So this is the landscape. So you either have to accept it, and that's your decision.
Yeah, sure.
And so I have applied that to my life several times. When you think things are out of your control, they probably are. Mm-hmm. So that's the situation. So I make the decision. I am in control. I take my power back. I can either deal with it or I can leave the situation. Mm-hmm. And that includes toxic relationships, bad friendships, workplace, environment. So I think that was a really good piece of advice, and I've used it several times. So, second question. What's your favorite dessert or sweet treat?
Anything a la mode.
Oh.
And my family makes fun of me because I always throw in a la mode. They're like, why don't you just say with ice cream on top? I don't know, but that's not what it's called. It's a la mode.
Right.
So anything a la mode. Brownie a la mode, cobbler a la mode, pie a la mode, cookie a la mode. I like a warm dessert with vanilla ice cream on top.
Oh. Okay.
All day, every day.
Okay.
What are you scared of?
Two things. Failure and spiders.
I knew you were going to say spiders.
I am terrified of spiders. Anybody who knows me well knows that. I would fight Mike Tyson to get away from a spider. Terrified. But number one, I'm scared of failure. And so I think that's good and that's bad.
Yeah.
You can use it for good or for evil, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes me driven, and that is what makes me work hard. But it also is bad to always be scared of failing.
Right.
Because I think you can fail forward too,
Yeah.
and learn a lot from it.
I thought of you today because there was a spider in my bathroom. I'm not scared of spiders because I can outrun a spider and I can smush it with a tissue.
Yeah.
So they just don't bother me. But there was one in my bathroom and I got it today and I was like, Mandy would be dying right now if she saw this spider.
I've gotten better. I've gotten better. I used to be so incredibly terrified. It is. I have stripped down in my front yard before trying to get one off of me. So I'm better. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Probably the first thing that comes to mind would be any kind of sporting event with my dad or my brother. Because when I was younger, my dad played softball. So we were always at either Green Springs ballpark, or we would go on the road with him a couple times if they would have like out of town tournaments. So watching him play softball, and then for a time my granddad was the manager of his softball team. So it was my granddad and my dad, and then of course going to all of my brother's sporting events.
Yeah.
Because that was a huge part of my life. That was my entire childhood, really. Yeah, so I always enjoyed that. I think I know the answer to this. No. Sorry, wrong one. Who's your favorite actor or actress?
Ooh, that one is tough because I have a lot.
It's hard to pick one.
It is.
You could give me your top three.
Okay. I love Keanu Reeves. I love the John Wick series. I also love that he is a great person in real life, like gives away 70% of his earnings. Like he's a great guy. Based on what I know of him, not like he's my neighbor. Let's see. As far as talent and being able to play pretty much any character, I would say Tom Hanks. And then Leonardo DiCaprio, I really like him too because he can play a wide variety of characters and he has a lot of depth
Yes.
on screen.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I was so angry years ago because every time the Oscars would come on, or the Academies, I was like, why is this man not winning awards?
I know.
He's done something to someone in Hollywood.
I know. And he, or not.
He's very...
But he is very talented.
Yeah, he is.
All right. What is your favorite way to spend a weekend?
Well, my favorite way to spend a weekend, or if I could, well, I'm going to make this too difficult, I think. Probably, if I could go somewhere, it would be on the lake or the beach, somewhere warm and on the water. But if I can't go anywhere, if it's just basically, just every week, I would say just on the couch watching my shows. It's very low key.
Yeah. And football.
Yeah. And that's changed as I've gotten older because it doesn't involve my kids anymore. But just for me, because I like being at home now, it's just sitting on the couch and watching TV with my house clean and either something in the crock pot or something on the grill.
Yeah. That sounds heavenly.
Pretty simple. I haven't gotten any. Oh, yeah, I have. Okay, so what would be your dream job?
Besides ruling the world, if funds were unlimited, so money was no object, time was no object, all of that, I think I would run my own company and it would involve real estate. I would most likely have properties that I was purchasing, rehabbing, flipping. I would also have a portfolio of rentals.
Yep.
And then probably start moving over into the commercial space. But I think my goal would be to have an entire team under me, contractors, realtors, like whatever. That would be my dream job. I love my job now. I love what I do. And I feel fulfilled doing that. So I love what I do now. I think just if money and time were unlimited.
Well, yeah. I mean, if someone had asked you when you were a child, what's your dream job, you probably wouldn't have said what it is you're doing now.
Oh, no.
So
I would have said a nurse or something. Yeah. And in fact, I wanted to be a nurse. And, that just never worked out. And a part of me is very thankful for that. I love what I do. So anyway.
I could never be a nurse.
No.
Nurses are saints. I'm not.
They are.
I can't handle injuries or, we just can't even get into it. So
another thing I would want to do, I would be a lawyer. I would love that.
Yeah.
If I could just snap my fingers. I think there's a lot of people that need help and get the raw end of the deal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What is your favorite quality about yourself?
I knew you were going to ask this.
And then about someone else.
So my favorite quality about someone else would be if they can make me laugh. I've always been like that. And that's a common thread of people that I've surrounded myself with throughout my life, whether they were different in so many ways. One thing that I always look back on, male or female, is if they made me laugh, I was hooked. Because I just love to laugh, and I love for people to make me laugh. So people that can make me laugh. For myself, my best quality, is that what you asked? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. I would say, I don't know, we kind of touched on this last week where I said I'm not confident in myself in anything, so I don't know what, I guess I would have to say cooking.
Yeah.
And that's really slacked off the past few years. I feel like I used to be a better cook, but I would say cooking if I had to say something.
Okay.
That was hard. That one was hard for me. Okay. What would be your superpower?
What is my superpower, or what would it be if I could choose?
Well, what is it then if you have a superpower? And then what would it be?
I would say that I'm extremely resilient and persistent.
Okay.
Those two things are my superpower. I would say if I had to pick a superpower that I wanted, it would be to be able to speak, read, and understand any language.
Interesting. Mine would be time travel.
That would be cool. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Teleporting, so I didn't have to sit in traffic.
Jeffrey says his is flying. Not me. I'm afraid of heights. Time travel.
Who do you most admire? And it can be like a celebrity, or it could be a normal, everyday person.
I'm sure if I thought about it for a long time, I might could come up with someone else. But the first person that came to mind would be probably my grandmother, my dad's mom. Because one thing that I've always said about her that I appreciated about her was that she was always content in life with whatever she had and wherever they were in life. And just so simple, you know? And I always admired that about her because that's not how I see myself. I've never thought of myself as being a content person. And she always was. And I wish that I was more like that. So I would have to say her for many other reasons, but that's the main reason that I would say her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that. I think I knew the answer
Did you?
when I asked it. Yeah.
Okay. And this could be anyone living or not, but who would you love to meet?
Jesus first. I have so many questions. Let's see. Gosh,
It's a hard one.
that is a
Because
really
it would
hard
be
one.
it would be probably several people.
Yeah.
But just if someone comes to mind besides Jesus.
Yeah. Prince.
Okay.
I love his music, and I would love to pick his brain. You know, he played like 27 instruments. I would love to pick his brain. And then someone, they can be living.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say somebody like Ben Stein, or someone who is known for their intellect. I love smart people, and I would love to just be able to ask him a lot of different questions and get his perspective. What are 3 words that you would use to describe yourself?
Lord is not one of them. Describe myself. I would say impatient. You didn't say if I had to be good or bad. I would say impatient. I would say resilient. And I have been told before that I'm resilient. So it may be sloppy, but I usually can bounce back. So impatient, resilient, and I don't know.
Loyal.
This part will be edited. Well, let's see. I don't know about that.
Or not, because it would make a great blooper reel.
Oh my gosh. I would say, I don't want to say funny, but I would just say sense of humor. I mean, I can have a sense of humor, and I like people.
Jovial.
Jovial. Well, again, I don't know, but we'll go with, I've never been called jovial in my life. Probably never will.
Oh my God.
Okay. I know the answer to this, I think. If I don't, I know the top 2. What's your favorite type of music?
Oh my gosh. I knew you were going to ask this question. So, again, anybody that knows me, I have a wide variety of musical taste. I am a closet metalhead. I love metal and alternative. So, I would say Tool is my favorite band. And then second would be rap. And I really like almost any kind of music except for country. I even will listen to classical if I were to go to like the symphony or something like that. I really appreciate any kind of music. But third, maybe just pop and like, stuff you hear on the radio.
I was expecting you to say hip hop and rap.
Yeah. Yeah. Hip hop and rap for me is kind of a tie at number 2.
And those two are not for me.
Yeah. And
Totally bottom of the list.
alternative and metal is kind of my first one. I call it my angry music, But
That's what I call my Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Michelle Branch.
yeah. But definitely wide variety of musical taste.
Okay.
Yeah. If you started a business, what would it be?
Podcasting, of course.
Of course.
No. If I started a business, probably this would be along the lines of maybe like one of my dreams. So it's not, I don't know that I would necessarily be the best at it, but it's something I've always enjoyed. Would probably be some kind of like interior design business. I've always liked to decorate. But I don't have any background in it or anything like that. So I just kind of decorate with what I have, but I've always enjoyed it. So I would say like an interior design business.
Yeah. I'll hire you on when I build my real estate empire.
Okay. Oh, is it my turn?
Oh, it is. Sorry.
Okay. This will just have to be either you just thinking what comes to mind first or give like your top few. But what's your favorite movie?
I love the John Wick series. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button is another fantastic movie. Gladiator. These are not in any particular order.
Never seen any of those that you've mentioned.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you have to watch Gladiator. It's a rite of passage. I love the Bourne series. All of those. I like action typically. And then there's another movie that I recently saw, and I cannot think of it. It's an older movie. I think it's Sliding Doors or something like that. It makes you really think. But there's so many good movies. As far as funny, The Hangover is probably my favorite funny movie. And then there's all the classics, old school, Wedding Crashers. I love to laugh too. But I would say action and comedy are right up there. But I do love a drama.
Sometimes I wonder how we're such good friends.
I know, we're so opposite.
I mean, we don't have the same taste in music. We sound like we don't have the same taste in movies.
Yes.
Now, I do like funny movies, but those action movies, I've not seen any of those. I think I've seen one, maybe, of the Bourne movies.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
I guess opposites attract.
I guess so. I make you laugh, so you
There
keep
you go.
me around.
That's it.
Yep. All right. What are you most grateful for?
Obviously, my family. My kids, my family. I feel like I have the best family. But I'm a very sentimental person, and I like traditions, and I like being around my family. I just like family time. So I would say I've always been like that. I used to love going over to my grandparents' house. When I was young, I would go over there as an adult. I would spend the night as an adult. So my family is, I can't imagine life without my family.
Yeah.
For people that don't have families or they live far away from their families, I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. I've spent the night with my grandmother many times as an adult. So.
And I have good friends too, but my family for sure is what I'm most grateful for. What's your love language?
I would say acts of service is probably my number one. So it has nothing to do with money, but it's about seeing a need that I have and meeting it. And so again, I don't mean money, but my dream is someone knowing that I need gas and I don't have time to pump it, and them take my car and go fill it up with gas and run it through the car wash and like.
But I don't think of acts of service as having anything to do with money.
No, I just mean like it's not always buying me something like gas or car wash or whatever.
So the love languages are
acts of service, words of affirmation.
Quality time.
Yep, quality time.
Isn't it like gift giving or something?
Yep, and physical touch.
Yeah. That's the 5, right? Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
And so acts of service, knowing that I need something done and taking that off my plate without me having to ask.
Right.
Words of affirmation are probably second. I am someone who doesn't easily take a compliment. And so someone who is sincere, not just blowing smoke, but who is sincerely giving me a compliment gives me that extra fuel that I need to keep going. Who doesn't love gifts, right? But that's not my primary love language. Physical touch, take it or leave it. I mean, it depends on who it's coming from, right? But hugs are great, pat on the back here and there. But
has acts of service always been yours, or has it changed throughout the years, do you think?
I think probably it's always been that. I don't know that I could always identify it until I was much older. But I think I'm a doer, and it's hard for me to sit still. And we've talked about this before, overcommit. I have my hands in 50 different things.
Yeah.
And when someone notices, and it's really, really hard for me to ask for a favor. It is
me too.
excruciating. And like I've had to ask you before to please go let my dog out. I can't stand to ask somebody to do something for me. But sometimes it's necessary. And so that makes me feel really loved when someone says, yes, I'll be happy to help. But what I mean is like someone that you're maybe in a relationship with day to day. And they see that, okay, I know she's got to pick up the dry cleaning. I know she's got to go to the grocery store. I know she has to drop off this stuff or take this to the post office. Just saying, hey, let me take this to the post office and I'll go fill your car up or whatever. Just something without me having to ask, those acts of service.
Yeah. Well, because it's them recognizing.
Yes.
And that's part of it, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. What gives you energy or makes you happy, like makes you fulfilled?
Me feeling fulfilled, or like I'm on the right track of fulfilling my purpose, is when my kids are happy or okay. If I am worried about my children, or if I think that they're struggling in something, and I know that may sound silly, but just for me personally, I will worry about my kids at the drop of a hat. So if I know that they're doing good, and for all 3 kids to be doing well, with no worries, nothing major going on in life, and because I remember, this is the reason I think I say that. I remember, I don't want to get upset. Right before my grandmother passed away, I was in her room just talking to her, and we knew, like we had already found out that she had cancer, so I just felt like I needed to have a conversation with her. So I was in her bedroom and we were just talking, and I was just telling her how much I appreciated her and that sort of thing. And I remember her telling me that she felt like I was in a good place to where she didn't have to worry about me anymore. Now, when my grandmother passed away, I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And look, we talked on the last episode that I have made some poor choices in life. But I never really talked to my grandparents about that. That was something that I didn't want to talk to them about because of shame. But look, they knew what was going on in my life. So I never knew, I think because I was so close to my grandparents and I had a great relationship, I just was blinded and didn't see it or didn't recognize it. But I never knew that my grandparents worried about me as an adult. And I gave them plenty of reasons to worry, but it just, you know what I'm saying? It never really sunk in with me. And so when she said that, I was like, wow, like there have been times where I've put this worry on my grandparents. So if my children are okay and they're good in life, then I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. So my grandmother tells me all the time she worries about me, and I guess it's because I have the pedal to the metal at all times. It's
Yeah.
hard for her to keep up with with what all my
Yeah.
shenanigans, what I'm doing.
When it just shows you that grandparents worry about their grandchildren just
Sure.
as much as they do their kids.
Sure.
You know?
Of course.
So, yeah. Ooh, okay, moving on. I gotta start keeping tissue in here. Okay, what is, and if there's not anything, then that's fine. What's one thing that you would change about yourself? Good or bad?
I think I would change some of my past, but if we're talking about physical attributes,
Yeah, you don't have to go that deep unless you want to.
I mean, whew, I think I'm a little hippie.
Do you? You think you're hippie?
Not hippie as
I
in granola, hippie as in I got a little,
Yeah,
got
I
a
don't-
little hippie.
I'm surprised
know.
by that. I've never thought of you as being hippie.
I don't know.
I'm hippie.
I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe,
But I mean, if that's what you would change, that's your answer.
or let's
I'm
just
just
say, I
surprised.
think I would have.
You need a little more junk in the trunk, maybe.
I was just about to say that I would. We're gonna have to edit a lot of this. I would say I would like to have a J-Lo booty. If we can leave that in, I'm good with that. Hello,
Get you
guys. Hello, guys.
some butt implants for Christmas.
Don't tempt me with a good time. You wouldn't be able to contain
Listen,
me.
I'm gonna get these bags sucked out from under my eyes, and you're gonna get butt implants. That's what we're gonna do.
You would not be able to contain me, gentlemen. What are 3 things that you would take with you to a deserted island? It can't be people, but like what are 3 items?
Okay, so I would say phone, a family photo album, and because I'm by myself, right? So phone, family photo album, and unsweetened tea.
Like it.
Unsweetened tea.
Yeah.
No sugar.
Yeah.
Those were kind of lame answers, but anyway. Okay, this is a fun one. So, I forget the order of the letters that you put this in, but it's the, like, KMF stuff or whatever. Kiss, marry,
Oh,
you know? Okay,
Yeah,
so
fun.
this is yours, okay? I'm going to give you the 3 men.
okay.
Okay, so you tell me who you want to KM or F, okay? Well, we'll keep it clean. We'll just say,
Sorry about this, guys.
again, plug your ears if they're tender, okay?
And if you're sensitive, you shouldn't be listening to 50-year-old women talk about
There you
stuff.
go. Okay, so the 3 men are George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Matt Damon.
Okay.
So of those 3, who would you kiss, who would you marry, and who would you F?
Okay, well, instant F. Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Get down, clown. Okay, there's one. Mary, probably Matt Damon, just because No, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to say I would just kiss him because I'm going to marry George Clooney and then have the K and the F.
That's exactly how I would have said mine.
Sweet. See,
Mary
we are
Mary
friends.
Clooney because I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, guys, she has a mouse pad with George Clooney
Right
on
down
it.
there.
I have been
it's right down
laughing
there.
at.
He's in
yeah.
the tux.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper hair.
He's so cute.
It's older George Clooney.
Yeah.
He's like a fine wine. He ages
He sure
well.
does.
So-
So does Brad Pitt. I'm sorry. He is. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Whew. I might have to have some more margarita. My next question is completely irrelevant because during our conversations, you've already answered it.
Oh, okay.
Coffee or tea?
Well, it depends now. In the morning,
Yeah.
I have to have my coffee, but yeah, I would have to say tea because
Yeah.
I only have 1 cup of coffee. I can have unsweetened tea all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think I know this. This is the one I thought I was asking earlier. Your favorite color?
Red.
Oh, no. I thought it was peach. Didn't it used to be peach when we were
Probably
younger?
in 1987.
Okay, that's
I
what I'm
painted
thinking
my
of.
room peach and blue.
There you go. See, that's when we were in
Yeah.
middle school. So
Yeah.
it was peach at one time.
Well, for a very short window.
Short-lived.
Yeah. Red is my favorite color.
Okay. I think I might have known that now that you're saying it, but okay.
Okay. Do you have a secret talent? And what is it?
No. Oh, well, okay. I'll say this. I can do the worm.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's harder.
Next episode, we'll see it, guys.
It's harder for me to do it now, but I will say the last time I did it was like 5 years ago at a work function. And I think some of my old coworkers may have it on video.
I'm so
We were
surprised.
at like I think it was a professional development day over at the county, and I don't know, it's all vague to me, but they had music playing for some reason. It was a day to celebrate like the paraeducators in the county or whatever. So I just, for whatever reason, decided to on a work day to get down on this hard floor and do the worm. So
That is hilarious.
that's my secret talent, and I can do the moonwalk.
Yeah, I can moonwalk. I haven't tried the worm in a very long time.
I used to be able to do the snake,
Yeah.
but that's, I mean, who can't?
Oh, I know.
But not everybody can do the moonwalk or the worm.
Yeah. My secret talent is remembering lyrics to every song ever made.
That reminds me, I can name all the capitals.
That
My
is
sister and I always have a competition with that. We will, for funsies, will write the states in I like to do it in alphabetical order, and then list all the capitals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that is a secret.
What's your favorite holiday?
I love Thanksgiving. And it's because my whole family gets together. We do for Christmas too, but for some reason, it's just the fall is in the air. I don't know. I love it. And I do love Christmas too. But I think there's so much more hustle and bustle around Christmas that it's hard to kind of enjoy it. You know, everybody's worried about buying gifts and when are we doing this and when are we doing that. Yeah, and it just has gotten so over commercialized, and I do love it. But I would say Thanksgiving.
That's also the Iron Bowl weekend.
It is. And so there's football involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love Thanksgiving.
I thought you were going to say either Christmas or Easter. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I like Thanksgiving the best, I think. Plus, I wear my maternity pants and get down
There you go.
on the buffet line. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Oh my gosh. If I had 3 wishes, let's see. Have absolutely no debt. I would own everything outright. I would own my house outright, my cars, anything that I wanted to do, 0 debt with still money in the bank. Okay. So 0 debt for my children to live happy, long, healthy lives with, minimal heartache
Yeah.
and drama. Probably for, Lord willing, one day, my husband to take a break from work, an extended break from work, because we talk about this, and travel for at least 6 months to a year. I would love to do a road trip with him and just travel all over the United States, up into Canada, and then visit Italy, Greece, and like a Tahiti, Fiji, something like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that. Those 3 things. Biggest regret.
A very high level answer is being in relationships with people that I had no business being in relationship with.
Gotcha. Understood.
What is the biggest compliment that you can give someone or that you can receive?
I think the biggest compliment that I can receive would be that I was a good mother. The biggest compliment that I could give would be probably that I notice a lot in other people that I can appreciate is that when I see other people going through difficult times in their life, the way that they handle their circumstances, and it's usually through their faith, but the way that people handle their business, good or bad, and I don't really know how else to express that without really, digging deep into it. But for me, it would be me being able to tell someone that I see you and I see how you've been handling this, and it makes me want to be more like you when I have to deal with hardship in my life.
Yeah,
because I have thought that about people.
Admire them.
Yeah, I think that about people quite often.
Yeah.
Most attractive quality in a man.
One is integrity, doing the right thing even when no one's looking. One is very attractive to be masculine and strong. And that can be physically strong, that can be emotionally strong, that can be preferably both.
Yeah.
And I would say just handling your business.
I agree.
Bonus points if you can put me in my place without me scratching your eyes out.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Because if you want to be respected by me, you're going to have to be a strong man, and you're going to have to put me in my place without being disrespectful.
Yeah, I would agree with that too, and I think I would say the same. I would give those same answers.
Yeah,
and you can put someone in their place without giving the guilt trip, without being condescending.
And verbally abusive. Like, I'm not talking about, get back in the kitchen and make me a pie like Cartman on South Park. I know everybody said that in their head. But, but being able to be a man, be strong, be masculine, and
be a leader.
Put me in my place. Handle your business.
This is why we're friends.
This is why we're friends.
This is it.
Me, you, and George Clooney.
Well, that was fun.
It was
so
fun.
This doesn't have to be a two-parter.
No.
I mean, we're just under an hour. So
yeah.
I thought it would be a lot longer. I thought we were going to spend more time earlier on talking about pop-off shoes and Alabama football.
No, but great episode.
Yeah.
I think it was fun. And it made me think a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, have a good rest of your week.
You too.
All right.
All right.
And roll tide.
Roll tide.
Bye.
We'll see y'all later. Bye.